Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, where we are in Solution 9 and just met with Oblivion, the resistance group here. And then the blue hoobigo child we met recently overheard us that we are here to kill Gulool Ja, who we assume is his father. And then he ran off. Little footfalls. If Gulool Ja is outside the tower, we need to find him as quickly as possible. Even if he's used to getting around on his own, the wilds are still no place for a child. Agreed. While Gulool and Raha continue reviewing the data, the three of us should devote ourselves to the search. Alright, let's head to the base of the tower and take it from there. Heritage Found is a large area. Splitting up would allow us to cover more ground. Well, here we are outside. But where do we begin? Perhaps someone has caught sight of Gulool Ja? Let's make inquiries nearby. Good idea. Could you handle the outskirts, Alice? Meantime, Desi and I will head beyond the big wall. Why are they having defective turrets right in front of the city entrance? Where have you gone, little one? Gulool Ja doesn't appear to be in the area. However, you catch sight of a group of people a short distance to the southwest. You spotted those people too, yes? Perhaps they've seen something? Come on. Looks like some sort of salvage yard. Well, let's ask after Gulool Ja. Gulool Ja isn't here. You know the boy? Have you seen him? Blind. Oh, forgive me. I didn't know you were. No offense taken. My name is Tapu. My eyes may be useless, but my ears are sharper for it. I can recognize people by their footfalls, including Gulool Ja. So he didn't come this way. Where in the world could he be? I do not know your voices. Who are you to Gulool Ja, and why do you search for him? Family. Though we're not related by blood, his father is my brother. I've only just met Gulool Ja and we haven't had a chance to talk properly. But I'm about to do something that will make him hate me, and I wanted a chance to explain. His father is your brother, then that means you're... Yes, I'm Vuklamat, vow of resolve of Tuliolal, and I've journeyed here bringing my brother Gulool Ja to account for murdering our people and our father. When all is said and done, Gulool Ja may want nothing to do with me. Nonetheless, I'll always consider him family. I'll always be there for him, and I want him to know that. It tears you apart to do what you must. The quiver in your voice tells the tale. Gulool Ja was headed south. There is a place that is as close to home as he knows. Find and bear your heart to him. Should he in turn bear his heart to you, accept and respect his wishes, as Queen Serena respected ours when she granted us a place in her realm. I will, don't worry. But, what do you mean when you say Serena respected your wishes? Out of concern for our well-being, Her Majesty had urged us to reside inside Everkeep. When we declined, not only did she gracefully accept our decision, she granted us the necessary supplies to make our home here. And since then, she has paid us regular visits to see how we fare. That sounds like Serena, alright. Well, thank you for telling me about Gulool Ja. I'll find him and then we'll have a good talk. We continue south, it seems. Let's keep our eyes peeled as we make our way. Gulool Ja appears to prefer solitude, but deep down he's lonely. Small wonder given his abandonment. Take good care of him, will you? I myself am quite fond of a boy. So we have a boat. It's a town. And half of it is submerged. The architecture looks nothing like we've seen so far. It's more Charlian? Ah, there he is, among the ruins. I only caught a glimpse, but there's no mistaking that tiny silhouette. Let's hurry after him. It would be a disaster if a building collapsed while he's inside. Drowned vestiges. I only saw him for a moment before he disappeared behind a building, but I'm pretty sure Gulool Ja was headed further south. I'll contact Alice on Link and let them know to join us. This looks... This looks like Alexandria's Central Plaza in Final Fantasy IX, just in ruins. So this is probably an Alexandrian town's ruin. This is the area where the canals and the debris make it hard to get a good view. Let's split up and search. If you could head into the canals, I'll make my way through the streets. When we find Gulool Ja, let's watch from a distance until he gets to his destination. We'll want to startle him and cause an accident. So, a sneak mission? You have located Gulool Ja. Follow him quietly without being noticed. Oh dear. Hmm?
He's come a long way on such short legs. It's a relief he didn't get hurt.
What's here, I wonder?
Squirrels.
So he's looking after those little ones.
Gulool Ja.
Not another step!
What? A sentry? Run, Gulool Ja, run!
You know the boy. Who Who are you? And what do you want?
My name is Gulool Ja, and I've come to talk to Gulool Ja.
Is that so?
I'm sorry if I scared you. I want to get to know you better. That's all.
And you, my boy, do you wish to speak with them?
I heard them talking. She said she's going to kill my father.
Villains! I will deal with them forthwith!
But... I want to get to know her too.
I see. If that is your desire, then I shall stand aside.
All right then. Let's talk, you and I. Lots. But, who's the ancient-looking and articulate machine?
If I look ancient, it is because I am. This has been my vessel for no less than 380 years.
Vessel?
Otis is my friend. When I was hungry and sad, he came and looked after me. He cooks for me and teaches me all kinds of things. Like how to read and write and not be noticed by dangerous creatures.
This machine cooks for you?
And teaches you about fiends. What is he exactly?
Ah! How remiss of me. I had neglected to introduce myself. Sir Otis Valona, Lord Captain of the Royal Knights of Alexandria. At your service.
You're captain of the knights?
You seem different from the other machines. What's your story?
And there I thought it was Gulool Ja with whom you wish to speak. Not that I'm averse to taking a walk down memory lane. But ere I regale you, we must take our repast.
A meal. Here. I hate to turn down food, but I'd prefer to have this conversation in the back room.
Please, I'm really hungry.
All right, all right. A repast it is.
She's going to spoil her nephew silly. I'll send word to Erenville so the others can stop worrying.
Now, if I might prevail upon your assistance, I shall whip up my most delectable specialty.
Alright. This is weird. If Otis has been around for as long as he claims, perhaps he knows things that not even Oblivion is aware of. He spoke to us. Gulool Ja actually spoke to us. Otis cooks the best food. So, my new friends, I would enlist your aid in procuring the ingredients for a repast. After all, the most enjoyable meals are those we make together. We're happy to pitch in, of course. What ingredients did you have in mind? First of all, some yam and pumpkin. The people on the outskirts should be willing to share the harvest, if you and Gulool Ja could go and speak to them. Sure, I'll ask for the cast offs as usual. As for Desiree and Alizé, I would be obliged if you could procure some woolback meat. The creatures can be found grazing on the slopes outside of town. As beef is less readily available, their flesh makes for a good substitute, that of the younger ones especially, as it's more tender and less gamey. Consider it done. We'll be back with the meat before you know it. Thank you kindly. In the meantime, I shall see to other preparations. So why don't we make a contest out of it? Whoever delivers the meat first is the winner. Oh well, let's say. Stop beeping me. What's this? Am I to understand you have already procured the meat? Good heavens, you have! Such a choice cut it is besides. 'Tis plain you know how to handle yourself in battle. Bet 400 years ago I would have recruited you to the Royal Knights. Memories of a Knight. Once Alizé brings her portion, we shall have a glorious bounty to satisfy growing younglings like yourself. Indeed, I expect there will be ample leftovers to share with the good folk of Drift Downs. May always appreciate a warm meal. Now, seeing as you have completed your task so quickly, I have another request to make of you. We've exhausted our supply of kindling and electrope, and I would be grateful if you could search the houses yonder for more. In the old kingdom, electrope rations were issued to each citizen, while small fragments may still be found here and there. If you can obtain 5 pieces, say, at least one ought to be what we require, that is, the kind that converts light into fire. Gulool Ja can identify them by their circuitry, so pray take them to him. The boy has become quite deft at discerning electrope types, and in a very short time, I might add. Now, off you go, and happy forging! I dared to think I had won this time, but it turns out you were already off doing another task. I've got the requested vegetables, along with a few extra bits. I have to say, all this running around made me hungry. The others have returned as well. What a blessingly lively day it has become. Otis says you have a laptop for me. Wow, you found a lot. Let's see, this one creates wind, this one is for water? You can tell just like that, impressive. Clever, isn't he? I bet he gets it from his father. Ah, that's it. This converts to fire. It's absorbed lots of lightning, so we should be able to kindle a flame easily. Thank you, Desiree. Gulool Ja could carry lots of vegetables at once. She's really strong. Thanks to your kind assistance, we have everything we need for our repast. You have done your part, and now I shall do mine. I bid you relax, my friends. The meal will soon be served. This is the kind of thing families do, Gulool Ja. We have meals together, talk about what's on your mind. So, you ate with your father? Yes, with them and my brothers. It was mostly the head of Resolve and I doing the talking, though. Connor and the head of Reason occasionally joined in, and Gulool Ja spoke when he was spoken to. You said that you have two papas. Does that mean one is yours and the other is my father's? No, both are our father. He's what people call blessed sibling. A Gulool Ja with two heads. Gulool Ja is his true-born child, while Connor and I were adopted and don't share the same blood. But that doesn't make us any less family. What matters is that our hearts are connected. The head of Resolve taught me that. Family. Do you have someone like that too? A person you think is family, even though you don't share the same blood? That's a good question, and the look towards us was highly suspicious. What about you? I do, and they're dear to me. I'd like to meet them one day. So, Gulool Ja, I was hoping that we could be family, you and I. Won't you tell me about yourself? You really want to know about me? I do. I want to know all about you. The things you love, the things you hate, anything and everything. I want to know all about you too. Good start. That reminds me, we're hoping to hear your story too, Otis. As you wish. The 400 mine is a tale that will be long in recounting. It was before lightning had altered the world that I was appointed Lord Captain of the Royal Knights. We're talking hundreds of years prior to the calamity, right? Indeed. Earlier still, when I assumed its mechanical form. 454 years ago, to be precise. Then you used to be a normal person? Oh yes, I was once flesh and blood like you, and I proudly served as a Knight of Alexandria. So rather than a machine that behaves like a person, you are an actual person. How is that possible? It is only natural that you're confused. Hear my tale to the end and all shall become clear. The foremost duty of the Royal Knights was the protection of the royal family. In my time, that was their Majesties the King and Queen, and their only child, Her Highness the Princess. But then every nation of our star was embroiled in some manner of conflict over Electrope. Thus was our kingdom drawn into a war with its neighbor. That war was a catalyst for the great calamity that altered the environment. Countless countrymen lost their lives amid the chaos, the king and queen among them. For a blessing we were able to protect the princess, who then rose to the occasion and brought hope to her people in those trying times. So kind-hearted was our young queen that, at her behest, we even took in refugees from the enemy nation. But sadly, her reign was cut short. Like many others, her body had been ravaged by lightning, and one day, she collapsed and passed away. How tragic. Aye, Neri was their citizen whose eyes remained dry, and many a moon was spent constructing a great tomb worthy of her memory. Yet I clung to hope still, for while Her Majesty was on her deathbed, the kingdom's finest scientist had successfully extracted her soul. Did we hear that right? Extracted her soul? Our flesh may wither and die, but so long as we are remembered, we may live on. This age-old belief has always comforted our people, but as casualties mounted in the wake of a calamity, we sought to make it into reality through the power of Electrope. In time, we succeeded in developing the means to preserve the soul. It was used to spare the Queen eternal death. Yet it wasn't enough to simply prevent the soul's departure, for the ultimate goal was to recreate a person as they were in life, and this required that their memories be further extracted from their soul. It took many more years of research to make this possible, by which time I had become a grey old man. With my days numbered, I did not hesitate to volunteer myself as a test subject for the procedure. So it was that I attained this vessel. By my successful rebirth, I paved the way for those who were recreated from the memories of the departed. The Endless, they are called. If your tale is true, then the queen that your people brought back to life? Sween? It wouldn't be Sween, would it? Oh, so you know Her Majesty as well. My description of her boundless kindness must have paled in comparison to what you no doubt felt in her presence. I haven't met her myself, I confess, not since assuming my current form. Wouldn't want to frighten the living daylights out of her. I have seen my queen from afar many times, but I've not the courage to approach her. This isn't out of cowardice, mind you, but rather concern. Yes, concern that I would cause Her Majesty undue distress. Does that mean the Queen of Alexandria isn't actually a person like you and me? Otis has told me the tale before. The Endless, so all this time Sween wasn't alive? She lives, yet she does not. 'Tis admittedly a difficult distinction to make. Having inherited the memories of a departed soul, an Endless feels, thinks and acts precisely as that person would. In that sense, I believe they are alive. The Alexandrians know about this, right? It can't have gone unnoticed that Sween is perpetually youthful. No one really knows about the Endless. People who are regulators don't even think about death. Everyone sees the Queen doesn't change, but they just accept it. To them, it's just who she is. Are the Endless apart from yourselves? While there should be as many Endless as those who have died, I believe they are limitless in where they can exist. Queen Sween is unique in her ability to appear before you. Strictly speaking, I myself am not an Endless. They are created using memories extracted from a soul, but my entire soul was placed inside a machine. Being inside a machine makes you different. How? Well, I do not understand the finer points. My life is bound to this vessel. If it breaks down, then it would be over for me, much like a being of flesh and blood. Hardly an endless, unchanging life, I'm sure you agree. An endless, unchanging life. I can't help but be reminded of the air. Did Kashuya and the others know about all this? Considering their extreme intelligence gathering, I'd be surprised if I didn't. For now, let's share what we've learned with Cry and Raha. I can't help but have misgivings about this. Right.
Nahe, is that you?
Good gods, Elenespia! It's been too long, my friend. Where have you been all these years? What have you been doing with yourself? Hold on. They say Queen Sphene has guests from outside the barrier. That's you, I gather?
It seems so. I'm looking for my mother. Do you know where she is?
Your mother? Sorry, but what was she like again?
What? It's Kafkiwa. You know, the one who was too adventurous by half? Who journeyed with the Dawn Servant?
It's not ringing any bells.
You can't be serious. Ours was a tiny little village. Surely you remember her.
I really don't. It's all a blank.
Is anyone else here from the village?
Hey!
Huh? Elenespia?
I'm looking for Kafkiwa. Where is she?
What's this all of a sudden? Who's Kafkiwa?
So she's dead.
This cannot be. The memories of the departed are taken away. No.
Alexandria, where are you? The others will be here soon, so hurry back, won't you? Do you hear me? Say something, would you?
As many endless as those who have died. So, where are they? And how they have been living up until now? We have to ask Kafkuya what she knows, but if she's been hiding things from us, we need to know why. Why are all of a sudden making so serious faces? Although the mood became a tad subdued at the end, I thoroughly enjoyed our repast together. We did too, Otis. To hear about the Endless was something of a shock, but we likewise enjoyed your company. Above all, I'm glad you and I could talk, Gulool Ja. We're going to get along great, I just know it. You think so? I'm happy for you, my boy. Now then, I presume you will be returning to Everkeep? Permit me to accompany you at least part of the way. About Sphene. Doesn't matter to me if she's an Endless, whether she's alive like you and me or not. I've seen enough to know that she has a good heart. What worries me is the burden she bears. We still don't know what it is. I expect there are things she can't tell us, not with the Gulool Ja watching, but at the very least, I'd like to know what the Endless are to her. Sorry, I didn't mean to delay us. I just felt the urge to share my thoughts with you. On the way back, let's make a quick stop at the Drift Downs. I want to tell Tabu how it went. Gods, but the jam stew was good. Ah, you returned. Were you able to find Gulool Ja? We were, thanks to you. All's well with the boy. I'm relieved to hear that. And to know that he has family who worries for him. Gulool Ja too must be glad. I hope so. I'll try not to rush or force anything though. It's for him to decide what I am to him. My, what a pleasant surprise to meet you in these parts. Swain, what are you doing here? Visiting my people. Are you doing the same perchance? I suppose we are, yes. Listen, there's something we'd like to talk to you about. Could you have a word in private? So you know about the Endless. But we may not discuss it openly. My people will have surely noticed that I haven't changed for hundreds of years. I've made no attempt to conceal my nature. If I may ask though, who was it that told you about the Endless? Only a few should be familiar with the concept. I'm afraid I can't say. I bear no ill will toward this mystery individual, lest that be your concern. I'm merely curious. Tell me, Swain, you care about your people, that much is plain. And I assume you care for the Endless too. Earlier in Everkeep, there was something that you wanted to tell us. Was it to do with them? The Endless are as dear to me as my living citizens. They are as much my family. But they can only be sustained by meeting certain exacting requirements. Thus far we've managed to do so, but should more people die, I fear we would be pushed beyond our limit. Their preservation demands vast amounts of energy. Energy? I don't understand the workings of it all, but is there something we can do to help? Then... would you be willing to become Alexandrian citizens? I have my nation, my people to protect. I can't just become Alexandrian. Indeed, I suppose you cannot. First you tell us to make peace, then you tell us to go home. What exactly is it you want? The same as you, of course. To protect my people. Is there something that only Gulool Ja can do? That I cannot say. I do not ask that you understand or like me, but I wish... I wish we had been born on the same side of it. Hey, what do you mean by that? Wait, Swain! Damn it. Well, I think we kept everyone waiting long enough. Let's continue on to Everkeep. And let's not tell Otis about our conversation with Swain. I don't want to risk causing him pain. A lot has happened, but the important thing is Gulool Ja is safe and well. Katsuya has been worried, so let's hurry back. I've gone ahead and apologized for us. Eating together was fun. I hope we can do it again.
Why don't you come with us? You might get to see Sphinx.
Ah, 'tis a magnanimous and much appreciated offer, but I must decline. A part of me longs for an audience with Her Majesty, it is true. Yet, though it be in my previous life, I failed to protect my queen. I couldn't bear to show my face before her. Such an uncomely one besides.
All right. If that's how you feel, we won't force you. But rest assured, we'll visit with Gulool Ja, and we hope you'll cook for us again.
It would be my pleasure. You are welcome to bring other comrades should you so desire. The more the merrier.
I've been looking all over for you!
Nostalgia, was it? What's the matter?
It's Gulool Ja. He marches to Vanguard.
So he's done waiting. But why weren't we alerted sooner?
Our transmissions are being jammed. The lookouts couldn't get through to us. Wayakoi is at Vanguard too, but I can't reach her. What are we to do?
Stay calm. Kafkiwa has yet to be alerted, yes? Take her to the back room as fast as you can.
Our link pearls may still work. I'll try contacting those in Tuliolol.
Otis, I need you to keep Gulool Ja safe.
You needn't ask.
I want to go with you.
Absolutely not. A battle's no place for you.
Gulool Ja, the people of the outskirts must be evacuated. For this crucial task, I require your assistance. Remember, when battle is at hand, anything can happen. Caution is as valuable as any blade.
Yes, sir.
I managed to get hold of Alphano. He'll inform Kona.
Good. How's the situation in Tuliolol?
There's nothing to worry about, or so my brother assured me. With such short notice, though, I doubt they'll be fully prepared.
They'll be ready, I'm sure of it. The vow of reason is not to be underestimated. I'm coming, Gulool Ja, and we will finish this once and for all.
Lamati is right. Let's have faith in everyone and do what we can. This is a moment of truth. We have to hold Gulool Ja here. And I know exactly how to do that. Okay, but I end this episode here and we stop Gulool Ja next time. Until then, I'm Mace and don't get lost.